Channel 5.
Tales of horror. More ethnic Albanians flee Kosovo, leveling new charges of atrocities on the part of the Serbs. The pilot of a U.S. warplane lost over Serbia is rescued and returned safely to Allied territory. Remembering the 3 Mile Island nuclear accident 20 years later. And diamond diplomacy. The Orioles and Cuba slug it out on a field in Havana.
This is the CBS Evening News with John Roberts.
Good evening. It is day 5 of Operation Allied Force, and airstrikes against Yugoslavia are intensifying. NATO launched more than 50 warplanes from the base at Aviano, Italy this afternoon. They are going after Serb forces who are carrying out what one NATO official calls genocide against Kosovo Albanians. The rescued pilot of that downed U.S. stealth fighter was returned to Italy and is reported ready to resume his duties. And as all this is happening, 3 Russian politicians, including a former prime minister, have arrived in Belgrade on what they say is a peace mission. On the ground in Kosovo, Serbian troops are reported to be routing ethnic Albanians from villages and now cities, sending a flood of refugees across the borders into neighboring Albania, Montenegro, and Macedonia. The NATO bombing was intended to prevent a humanitarian catastrophe, but as Alan Pizzi reports, it may have, at least for the time being, worsened it.
This is what NATO bombing has won so far, a long, dismal line of refugees driven from their homes by the Serbs. Over the weekend alone, 14,000 ethnic Albanians fled Kosovo, according to the UN Refugee Agency. They took all the men and killed them, this woman says. They put pistols on people's throats and said, "We will not allow your children to see Kosovo. We will kill you all." The Serbs appear to be ethnic cleansing on a monumental scale. Reliable reports from Pristina say leaflets signed by the Serb prefect of Kosovo order all ethnic Albanians to leave for Macedonia. There are also credible reports that ethnic Albanian men who worked for humanitarian relief agencies and the international monitors are being hunted down. Refugees crossing the Macedonian border today had hidden for days before taking the chance of making a run for it. Even safely across the border, they were afraid to be identified. What sort of things happened?
They are collecting people during the night, killing them, slaughtering them.
Only NATO ground troops, he says, can save Kosovo. And if no troops come, what will happen?
Only mighty God knows that.
What do you think?
They will kill plenty of Albanians there.
And NATO bombings haven't stopped the Serb offensive against Kosovo Liberation Army guerrillas, according to a spokesman reached by satellite telephone.
We are still fighting. We have ammunition, but we don't have enough to take them back, to break them.
Refugees have so little left, they are reliant on charity for food. But that's still better than being trapped in Kosovo. Alan Pizzi, CBS News, Skopje.
Airstrikes against Yugoslavia are in what NATO is calling Phase 2, now targeting Yugoslav tanks, troops, and weapons. On the last day of Phase 1, yesterday, the Serbs scored a propaganda coup when a high-tech American stealth fighter went down. David Martin at the Pentagon reports the celebrating may be short-lived.
F-117 stealth fighters took off again from Italy this evening as NATO launched a 5th night of strikes which NATO officials vowed would do serious damage to the Serb army.
We are increasingly switching our attention to the military thugs who are causing such misery and suffering directly at Milosevic's orders. And let them get this message, because we are going to hit them hard.
The stealth fighter that went down